What's up, adventures? Got a really cool restoration video for you today. If you guys have been watching some of my previous videos around the holidays, you know that I acquired a few Shogun warriors, namely the Skeletor Golden Havoc Shogun Masters figure. And that kind of launched my son into the stratosphere of Shogun Warriors fandom. So since then, we've acquired a few more Shoguns, and I had a few I made for him, restored for him prior to him getting old enough to play with these. And this is our latest acquisition. It's a Daimos figure, and today we're going to be restoring this guy using some parts from Shogun Plastics, the amazing Derek Larson, and some decals from Faux Shogun. So to get you guys up to date on this figure, I found this guy on eBay. I watched it for several weeks and it never really sold, so I entered into a negotiation with the seller and we came to a pretty amicable agreement on the price, so I ended up buying it. I got it for what I consider to be a very reasonable price considering the condition it was in and whatnot. So it's got a lot of issues, but I think we can remedy most of them. First off, the head is pretty warped, but I got on the Shogun Warriors message boards and I got a good battle plan on how to straighten this head up. I guess it's pretty easy, but we're going to find out. He's got a lot of scuffs and scratches, which doesn't bother me. It gives him character. The decals are completely shot. We'll have to redo those. He does have both of his lower leg missile launchers, but he's missing the shroud for his firing fist, which is identical to this here. The missiles and the shroud were both supplied by Derek at Shogun Plastics. They're in the mail right now, headed this way. I do have the decals from Faux Shogun right here, so those are cool. And on the back, you know, he's got some scuffs and whatnot for where he's been probably laid. You can see it still has the Japanese writing, made in Japan, really cool. So I think this is going to be a really great restore. If you saw my restore of the Shogun Warriors Godzilla, I know that was a pretty popular video for a lot of people. Shogun Warriors are very, very popular right now. So I'm excited to do this guy. So the first thing we're going to do with him is we're going to get him all cleaned up. Probably take him up to the bathtub, fill the tub with a little bit of hot water and some Tide Free and Clear. Try to get these decals off, use a little Goo Gone to get any residue off of him, and we'll get him all cleaned up, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about how we're going to go ahead and fix this head here. So yeah, this is going to be a great project, so I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back, guys. So we've went ahead and started disassembling this guy. I've taken all the feet, arms, everything out. Got the two sand modules that keep him weighted out as well. So we're going to take him. I'm going to fill my bathtub with some Tide Free and Clear and scrub all this down real good and get him all cleaned up, and then we'll take a look at this head. So he's disassembled. Really easy to do. I love these old Shoguns. They're all put together with Phillips screws and they're really easy to take apart. So we'll go get him cleaned up and we'll be back in a bit. All right, welcome back, guys. So you can see that I have started cleaning off these pieces. I got the bathtub full of Tide Free and Clear. I've got this Daimos ready to go. I'm using a sponge. Now it's important to note, if you're going to do this, don't use the green rough portion. You'll scratch the plastic. So if you get the old decals wet, you can just scrub them off with this sponge and they'll come off relatively easily, or you can scrape it with your fingernail, but definitely don't use this portion. You'll scratch the Shogun up. So we've got these parts are already clean, and now we'll commence cleaning up Daimos. So we'll be back in a minute. All right, welcome back, guys. So here he is all cleaned up. So the Tide Free and Clear in the hot water took off most of the decals, so that's good to go. As far as the head goes, I ran the head under extremely hot water, scalding hot water, then repositioned it the way I wanted it to, then turned it to cold water, and it went right back to shape. So the head's straightened out as well. So that worked out. I'm really happy that we were able to straighten that head back up. So he's all clean. The parts are all clean. So the next step is to let him dry and then apply the decals, and then hopefully by then our parts from Shogun Plastics will be in, and we'll be able to get this guy rocking and rolling. All right, guys, welcome back. So we're down here in the basement. I brought Daimos down from the bathroom, and now we're going to let him dry. You can see the fist, a lot of scuffs, a lot of wear and tear on this guy, which is great. I love toys with character. Everything looks really, really good. Like you said, like I showed you upstairs, the head, you can run it under scalding water and then reposition it and run it under cold water, and it goes to form. When I was trying to figure out how to, one of the first things I did, I should mention, before I bought this guy, I looked him over, and then I kind of researched how to repair him in case, there was damage to him and whatnot. And the head was kind of the point that I was able to drive home with the seller to get the Daimos at a better price. And I got on the Shogun Warriors, one of the groups on Facebook, and I asked how to fix this head, and there's a lot of different people with a lot of different opinions on how to do it. I thought I'd try the hot water first since I was washing this guy, and it turned out to work really well. There's other people that suggested hair dryers, heat guns, other ideas, but I tried the hot water, scalding hot water, and it worked really, really great. So we're going to let this guy sit and rest and dry for the rest of the day, and then we'll come back and we'll pop out the decals from Faux Shogun, and we'll put this guy back together, and we'll get some decals on him. All right, guys, welcome back. So let's talk about the decals real quick. So I bought these decals from Faux Shogun. I've bought from them before for some of my other Shogun Warrior figures. Let me hook this on my camera stand here real quick. I've got mixed reviews. The decals I bought from them for my Mazinga were really good, but the ones I bought for my Raideen were kind of garbage. I decided to give them a try again. They're really highly rated on eBay, so I got the decals here for Daimos, so I look forward to putting these on there. Now, I got 2 packages from these guys in the mail, and I assumed it was odd that I got 2 packages, and I wondered if possibly they had to send this in 2 separate shipments, but no, they actually sent me on accident Grendizer decals. I don't have a Grendizer, but I guess I will hold on to these and for future use in case we ever acquire a Grendizer. So I don't know, there's an oversight on their part, so whatever. It's kind of been the week I've had, actually. So we'll just go ahead and put these Grendizer decals off to the side and forget about those, and we'll let Daimos dry, and then we'll pop on these really cool reproduction decals from Faux Shogun. All right, guys, a little bonus video time. So as we wait for Daimos to dry out here to do the decals, I wanted to show you this other Shogun Warrior figure that I recently got as well. I know I mentioned in the intro video we got a few of these around the holidays. So we got us a Gaiking as well. Found this from a guy out in California, San Diego area. Had it in a storage shed. Got a really good deal on it too. Got in at the right time, negotiated a price with him. And this is what we got. The firing fist works. The firing fist works perfectly. Has really good live fire action, but the chest missiles don't fire as crisp as what we'd like. So we're gonna probably end up taking him apart and cleaning out that mechanism on the back. We're also gonna get a rag of really hot water and wipe him down and get all this grime off of him. I decided not to replace the decals on this guy, basically because my son's going to play with him, and I figured it would be kind of pointless at this time to replace the decals if he's going to turn around and rescuff them up, because these reproduction decals aren't cheap. If you've ever bought any, they run around $25 to $30 a set, so there's really no point in me cleaning this thing up and putting brand new decals on it, even though I'm going to do that with Daimos. This guy's decals look pretty fair, so we'll keep them the way they are. Well, like I said, we're going to wipe him down with a wet cloth and try to get all the grime off of him and try to clean up the firing mechanism. And that's what we'll do with this guy. In addition to the parts that I ordered from Derek at Shogun Plastics for Daimos, I went ahead and got a set of missiles for, I think, 6 of the white missiles with red fins for Gaiking, so we'll get him all missiled up as well. So this is kind of like a Daimos restoration video with a Gaiking bonus. So we'll get this rag out and we'll wipe this guy down and we'll get this chest taken apart while Daimos dries, and we'll see if we can get this mechanism working properly. All right, guys, welcome back. So here is Daimos completely assembled. We let him dry overnight and I wiped out any excess moisture that was in the figure. Got him ready to go. So next step is we'll go ahead and apply these decals from Faux Shogun. Today in the post, I also got an order in from Derek at Shogun Plastics. So we got Daimos's missiles for his ankles and a brand new shroud for his firing fist. So we'll go ahead and unwrap all those and we will come back and probably have this guy completely assembled. I'll put a link in the description to both Faux Shogun and Derek from Shogun Plastics. Definitely check those out if you're wanting to restore a Shogun. Those are probably 2 people that I would highly recommend, especially Derek. I think Derek's top notch. And by the way, Derek, if you're watching this, thank you for the parts. I really appreciate it. So we'll pause the video, we'll come back, and we'll hopefully have a completed Daimos, as well as in my order here, I got some missiles for Gaiking as well. So we'll be back and have both these Shoguns complete, and we'll wrap this video. All right, guys, welcome back. So here is the completed Daimos. Turned out really great. I got the decals on, popped out all the replacement parts from Shogun Plastics, and this guy looks awesome. It's completely restored. I'm really happy with the way this thing turned out. Derek, Shogun Plastics made me my ankle rockets. They look really cool. They pop, very vibrant. The shroud for the firing fist looks really good. It's a pretty close match to the original. Obviously not exactly, because it's hard to match this stuff from the 70s. But this is great. Derek did a fantastic job. Everything looks great. The decals from Faux Shogun turned out amazing, and the figure itself has been restored to his glory. Well, a few things about the figure. Obviously, the head, I straightened it out. It's got some scuffs and scratches, but a good friend of mine, Peter, over at the Skull Reviews, brought up something several months ago in a toy restoration he did. It was a G.I. Joe figure, that these old figures that have damage and scuffs and scrapes, it's a character thing with those. Like, these toys tell a story, and if they could talk, I'm sure they could tell you awesome stories about amazing battles they had with the children that originally owned these toys before they made it down into us collectors' hands. But actually, this is not even going to be a collector toy. This is for my son. He's getting ready actually to have surgery. By the time this video airs, he probably will have already had his surgery, and he's wanted a Daimos for a long time. I got it for him to restore, so when he comes out of surgery, this Daimos will be waiting in the car for him. So I'm really happy to let him have this and add it to his Shogun Warrior collection. Derek also was gracious enough to send us some extra missiles, which is cool. Thank you, Derek. We will definitely use these missiles for our various Shogun Warrior battles. I wanted to add one more thing. So Gaiking has been restored as well. He has his missiles. I ordered those from Derek at Shogun Plastics. So Gaiking is ready to battle along with his Shogun brethren. So yeah, great restoration, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's very simple, but there's not a lot to these restoration videos with these Shogun Warriors. Obviously, they're really, really cool figures. They're great for kids, in my opinion. They're very robust. They're strong. They're big. They're sturdy, and they have a lot of really good play features. I know there's a little bit of danger involved with that if you're a kind of a softie, but my son's 4, almost 5, and he loves his Shogun Warriors. So this basically completes our set of original Shoguns. We do have some others we'd like to get, but we'll see what happens. Those are pretty expensive acquisitions. So anyways, guys, I hope you like this video. If you're a fan of the Shogun Warriors as much as we are, I hope you enjoy the restoration. These are really easy to do, and you should try to grab, you know, Shogun Warriors that are missing pieces or damaged, and you should be able to restore them with the help of other vendors like Shogun Plastics and Faux Shogun. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Share these videos. Let me know what you think in the comments about Shogun Warriors, if you've restored any. And until the next time, guys, keep living the adventure, and cheers.